Herb from Ozzy Bogan Tech. Just having a look at the old corpse of my old FX 8350. Dun dun dun. Coming over to the new beast. My new build, my Ryzen 1800X with a Strix RX 480. Just reusing a 3TB Western Digital Black, planning on upgrading to a M.2 SSD in the future, and I'm running a single RX 480, but I'm gonna keep my eyes out for a cheap either second hand or just a cheap other RX 480, and I'll be cross-firing two of them in the soon future. Other parts are, we've got the Corsair AX series 860. We've got two 8GB DIMMs of g.skill, DDR4, it's at 2800 MHz. We've got a deep cool RGB LED kit. We're running the ASUS Prime X370 Pro motherboard. And for cooling we're using an Noctua NH-D15 with the freely supplied mounting bracket. This is my Ryzen build. It's a good place to start with the motherboard. So we're just going to take this beast out. Just move this box over for a bit. Have a look at that beautiful thing. It's the cheapest of the X370s that doesn't look like shit. You can get a cheaper one, but this is the cheapest one that doesn't actually look like shit. Now, first things first, because we'll be putting the Noctua D15 on there, we may as well be getting these plates out. These won't be needed with this cooling solution. Get this CPU out of the way. Get that socket covered. Always feel a little bit safer once this is in place. You know, just bent pins and things like that. Now you just take the triangle just here. So a triangle on the corner of the PCB. You line it up with the triangle on the socket set, which is just over here. There we go, that's in. There we go, one socketed 1800X. Okay, look at that beauty. Numma. Now, next step on this bit is we'll go to the Trident g.skill. There we go. Two DIMMs in place. Put the stickers away for later. Now that we've got the RAM and the CPU in, we'll go to the cooler. Using the free mounting kit provided by Noctua, we place the plastic spacers on all four corners. This kit needs to have a back plate. It doesn't come with a back plate, but the motherboard should have a back plate. If it doesn't, you're going to have some problems. Then we fix this on either spot like this, curving into the CPU with the long screws. We're now at the stage where we just need to put a bit of thermal paste on there, and tighten it down. I'm just going to be using the stock stuff that comes with the Noctua cooler and TH1 premium grade thermal compound. I'm sure it's good enough. I have a fair bit of faith in Noctua. I'm just going to do the classic P. I think a lot of the hoo-ha about thermal paste is a little bit bullshitty. From all the stuff I've seen, it just doesn't really make that much difference, especially on a CPU. As long as you've got a decent amount and it's fixed properly, it's all good. Let's get this nice on there. Now, which way do we want that facing? We want it that way, I think. Let's place that down on there. Tighten this down. Trick here is do it nice and evenly. Don't just yank it down on one side. Get it a little bit in. Go to the other. Try to get it to go down nice and even. Now it's putting the fans on these Noctua NH-D15s. They've got little arrows at the bottom showing which way the blades turn and which way the flow goes. I'm just going to set them up like this. And that'll be there we go. And that'll be venting this way. Now we just need to find a decent place to put these cords. Probably tuck them down this way, I think. Through there. Hook up over here. Yeah, that'll look quite nice. There we go. This is the case it's all going into. It's a Corsair H540. It's a high flow airflow case with just all air vents all the way around. Done some modifications to it. I've added some extra fans and extra filters as far as I'm concerned. The main drawback of this is it's got a lot of airflow but not enough filtration. So I wanted to increase the positive pressurization, so I have the stock fans at the front with the stock air filter up here, and then at the top I've got two Noctua NH-D15s and another filter, and these are all set to blow in, and there's a lot of gaps around the bottom of this for the airflow to go out. Just wanted to increase the chances of keeping the dust out. Now we have the AX 860 from Corsair. It's more of a server style power supply. It's 80 plus platinum. not gold, platinum. Let's throw this baby in there, eh? Okay, it's a fully modular setup on this one, with a switch for fan control. Set it to hybrid, normal. Pretty sure, as far as I know, hybrid means that it acts as passively cooling, so unless it gets up to a certain temperature, the fan won't even turn on. That's half the reason why I got this. That, and also the energy efficiency, and the fact that a lot of your power supplies aren't actually rated to be turned on all the time. This one actually is, as far as I know. Now, which connectors, which power cords do we need here? Well, we're going to need the big one. You always need the big one. Now, the H540's got a bracket in here that you have to adjust depending on the size of the power supply. Fits quite snugly in there. Some cables that have to feed underneath it, they can be a little bit tricky. And I've actually brought a magnetic fan filter here, and that'll go over the power supply just there. See? Just a little magnetic filter. It's always a good idea to protect your power supply from dust bunnies. Last thing you want is a whole bunch of dust bunnies around something that's got some high voltage. Now we've got all the parts on the motherboard, and we've got the power supply in the case. Now we're just putting the AO shield. I'll get it out in a second. Well, this one's actually got all puffy bits on it. It's actually quite nice. Now we just line this up to make sure we've got it in the correct position. It's going to go like that. So that'll go in there like this. Yep. Fit it in nice and easily. Yep. Okay. Now, standoffs. They're little brass or copper bits they put in the case to keep the motherboard up off the steel. It's very important that they're in the correct spot, that you don't have you're not missing one, or that you don't have an extra one. An incorrectly placed standoff can actually brick your board. You can arc over and do the wrong things. So, best to just double check that. And have locating pins, usually in the middle. Screw it down, use the AO shield as a bit of a guide. Now we're close to the end. Hard drive's in. Most of the cable management's done. Made it look kind of neat up the front here. Just need to put the graphics card in and see if it boots. Then put the sides on. Let's flip her over and put the graphics card in, eh? Still got the plastic bit on the back. Wait a sec, let's take that off, eh? A little bit of niceness. Yep, click. She went in there then. Very tight fit on that. It's in there quite good, but it was a tight fit. It's in there nicely now. Now let's plug this baby in. Powered up. Get to there. There we go. It's quite neat. Now we just need to see if it posts or not. Maybe tidy up the rat nest at the back a little bit more. Well, I've finished all off the build. I've just installed some low noise adapters into the fans that didn't have controls. So it should be nice and silent. Haven't turned it on. This will be the first turning on of the my build. Flip it on. We've got a light on the graphics card and on the motherboard. Yep, the trace is lighted up. It's a good sign. Oh, yep. We have lights. That's always a good sign. Let's see if it posts. Yep, posting. Beautiful. Now let's do the very last bit, which is taking this plastic off. Oh, can you hear that? Let's get the other side as well. Don't know if I like this colour scheme. I'll have to mess with the RGB a little bit, I think. Here we go. Let's just put this down for a second and get a decent colour on that. That is disgusting. But there we go. We'll just do solid red for now until I have a chance to mess with it a bit more. Hasn't got any operating system on it at all yet. Have a little look at that. Well, this is Herb from Ozzy Bogan Tech, signing out. Please like and subscribe. And if you at all got a bit of extra cash and you're just a little bit too rich for common sense, just check out at the end of this video and click on my Patreon link. Be more than appreciated. Bye.